Hey, what's up? So last month I was in Taiwan, and probably the week between Christmas and New Year's, maybe like a Wednesday or Thursday, it was like night times, like 10 o'clock. It was the first week I wasn't working, and I was working nights over there, so I was sleeping like super weird hours. It was at 10 o'clock. I was like, I'm gonna sleep early tonight. So I take a melatonin, and like 2 minutes after I take this melatonin, my friend texts me. He's like, Hey, I'm about to go meet Andrew Yang. Do you want to come and meet him at this club? And I was like, oh shit, because I remember back in the day, like he told me he met Andrew Yang, and I was like, oh, I'm a big fan of his. And by the way, Andrew Yang is this politician. He's a Taiwanese American. He ran for president in 2016. And back then, I think the vibe was a little bit different. Like Asian people weren't really in the media, so like I was like really caught up in his message, and like he would like go on CNN, and they would like filter shit, or like they would Photoshop him shorter, or like they would like not give him speaking time or whatever. So I was like really like, hey, we need to support this guy. And then he kind of just fell off. I don't know what happened. But anyways, I was like, yeah, I want to be Andrew Yang. Even though I took this melatonin, so I was like, oh shit, should I go try to throw up or just like fight it? So I was like, I'm just gonna fight it. I was telling my wife, hey, I'm gonna go to this club right now. She's like, all right, see ya, because she had to work. So I was like, sucker, sorry for you. But yeah, and I Google where the club's at. It's like 5 minutes from where I'm staying. So then like literally the time between I got this text, like I was inside the club was like 20 minutes. That's how convenient Taiwan is. But yeah, while I was in the car, I was like, huh, like what am I like? What why do I want to meet Andrew Yang? Because I don't really want to meet famous people. Like it's not really something that I'm interested in. But like, so I was like, what are my goals for being Andrew Yang? And I was like, all right, my goals are I just want to come off as like a cool guy, and I want to come off as I want to understand like how he is as a person, and I also don't want to embarrass my friend because like, he's like my friend's friend, right? So I want to be a likable guy. I want to see if he's a cool guy, and then I want to not embarrass my friend. Um, so I kind of gave myself a little pep talk. I was like, all right, I'm gonna be super nice. I'm gonna like be on my best behavior. So I get to the club. Obviously, I've been clubbing hell long. Go up to the wrong elevator, come back down. I'm like, oh, okay, this is the right place. And then my friend was like, oh yeah, I'll put you on the list. Just say your name when you're there. I was like, okay. So I tell the lady, I'm like, hey, my name is Albert Chang, and she's like, oh, okay. She opens the list up, and she like points to this first name. It says like Albert Chen, and I know it's not me because they printed they he added my name on the list like 5 minutes ago. So I was like, yeah, that's me. So I just go upstairs and I see my friend, and then we see Andrew in the corner, and then he's like, and then we were just talking, and we're like inching our way over. Andrew Yang's like talking to all these people, and then eventually introduced himself. Like he introduced me to Andrew Yang, and I'm like, hey, what's up? My name's Albert, and he's like, hey, Andrew Yang. He's like, oh wow. He's like, wow, you have a really good look. And he said it to me like 3 times, which is like I was like, oh, this is like a really good first impression. Like anyone that says I have a good look when I first meet them is like an A+ in my book. But in Taiwan, I feel like people just say that to you. Like they just say you're really good looking, regardless if you are or not. But I had like a really high ego walking around Taiwan for sure. What was I saying? Yeah, so I talked to Andrew Yang, and I'm on best behavior, and like I asked him a lot about himself. I learned more about his family, and I asked him questions like I asked him like if he still do UBI given inflation and everything, and it was like kind of loud, so I didn't really hear everything he was saying. I feel like he said yes, and then something, and I asked him what he felt about Vivek Ramaswamy, because I feel like their campaign styles are kind of similar, and then I just don't remember what he said there. But there's a couple times where I like asked him something, and then like no one else heard it. Like he didn't hear it, but everyone else did, and everyone was just kind of standing around. It was like a little bit awkward. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, and then like he was super nice, and then like he was like always talking to people. One of the things I was telling myself, I was like, I'm not gonna ask for a photo because I wanna act like I've been there before, you know. But then the first thing he said when I met him was like, hey, you want to take a photo? I was like, okay, cool. So I got that photo, and then and then we just got drunk, and then like I just left. And that was pretty much the extent of meeting Andrew Yang. It was pretty everything I expected. Didn't ruin any sort of vision I had about him. And then like a couple of days later, I met up my wife's friend, and her friend is this girl I also went to high school with, and we were at this bar, and then yeah, like this girl I haven't seen her in years. She's like super nice. She bought us like a round of shots, and she's like, hey, you guys want to go to this club? And then my wife was like, yes, and I was like, whoa. That like never happens. So I was like, okay, I guess we're going to this club. And I wasn't, I was wearing like joggers and like a t-shirt or whatever. I wasn't really ready for it. It was the same club that I went to the first time where I met Andrew Yang. And then she's like a local, so she knows what's up. So she takes us there. We get in, like, no one pays cover. And then once I get in there, I feel so old. I'm like, holy shit, what am I even doing? And then like they go, hold on, let me go find our friends. They have a table or whatever. So I kind of just walk through the crowd with like some of their people. Everyone's like super young. I'm just like, oh, what am I doing here? So I was like, all right, if I'm going to this table, I need to like bring some alcohol because I don't know anyone. So like I go to the bar and buy like we had like 10 people, so I buy like 12 shots or whatever. And then like I give it to I give some of it to people that were around, and then the other people, the girl, I want to give this girl a shot because she's my high school friend, and like she got me into the club or whatever. So then So I'm like, she's not there. So I'm just holding this shot. I'm just holding this tray of shots, like walking around in this crowd. And then I see this guy that I recognize. He's like a YouTuber. The YouTube channel is like Kanto Mando, but he's like one of those three guys. And I watched them like they're way younger than me, but I watched them like when they quit their jobs and started a YouTube channel. So I was like, hey man, hey congrats. And he's like, what? He's like, congrats on what? I was like, oh, congrats on YouTube channel. I saw you guys quit your jobs and you guys like started a successful YouTube channel. He's like, oh cool. And I felt like if I talked to him longer and I hold him a tray of shots, like I have to offer him one. So I was like, oh yeah, good job, man. See you later. So then like, I just left because I didn't want to, because like the shots were like, I mean, like you can get a meal in Taiwan for like $5. The shots were like, I forgot how much they were. They're like more than five. They're like $10 or something. So I was like, this is like, I like you enough to say what's up and give you props, but I don't like you enough to like just give you $10. Um, and anyways, we end up getting to the table and we just take more shots and I kind of like black out. By the way, I said I quit drinking, but I started drinking again because I started taking this supplement called AG1. And before, when I would drink, I would like I would get like hungover before 11 p.m. But like this time, I can drink and I black out. I wake up, I'm like fine. Um, and then I left my sweater at the club because I blacked out. And then yeah, and then I was like texting like the Facebook chat of the club, but I was like, hey, I left my sweater there. Can I come get it? They're like, yeah, you can come get it. And I go and get it, and then like a week later, I was just thinking like, oh damn, that's kind of crazy. I went to the club. I went to this club twice, and then both times I didn't pay cover. And I was like, oh wow, I must know like some cool people in Taiwan. And then I was like, huh, I wonder if there is even cover at this club. Because if there is cover, then I'm pretty cool. If there isn't cover, then I'm not as cool as I thought I was. And then I was like, I should ask if there's cover or not. But I'm not gonna ask my friend that got me in the first time because, I don't want to ask him, hey, just give like, is there cover? Oh no, I did ask him. He said he doesn't know because his friend gets him in, right? And then I'm not gonna. Who else I'm gonna ask? But then I had the chat on because I asked him for my shirt, so maybe I should ask them. And I was like, nah, I don't want to know because it's only downside. Because right now I feel like pretty cool. If I ask them and if I ask them and I found there's no cover, then I'm way less cool than I thought, right? So then I'm not gonna ask. And then like a week goes by and I see them on the chat. Fuck, I just asked them. I go, hey, is there cover? And then the next day they say, no, we don't charge cover.